Hello guys, we're going to do another product review for you, and this is just me trying to chase down for you guys. We have a little bit of delivery methods that are better than others, but what we're seeing is the lack of the industry keeping up with the manufacturing. For instance, every one of these that I've tried only reads a tiny bit of the live data on my 26 RAM. I'm going to work on some GMs every once in a while. So what we're seeing is the 25-26 model year, the aftermarket industry has not caught up with that because of the CAN FDA. It's a pain in the butt. Nobody wants to try and get through it because, again, it's a pain in the butt. So for all intents and purposes, we're going to be talking about pre-25, so up to 24. Now, I've already shown you guys a couple. Now, today, we're going to show you another one, and it's from a company called OTOFIX. OTOFIX, and it's powered by Autel. Autel is a reputable brand. We all know that. And I'm going to quit talking, flip it around, and show you what we're dealing with. Now, if you do have one of these vehicles, the Mopar vehicles that has the security gateway, and you want to get past the security gateway, then you do have to purchase the licensing. Okay, I've purchased the licensing. I think it's like 65 bucks a year, but it's not that bad. Anyway, this that we're going to be trying it on today is my 14 Ram 1500, and we are not worrying about a security gateway on that. So this will just tell us, it'll allow us to get in there and show you a whole lot more of the information. Now, let me flip this around, show you what we got, show you what we're dealing with. And here she is, OTOFIX Advanced Automotive Analyzer, the D1 Lite. It is a 7-inch touchscreen. It's Bluetooth compatible, has a 5800 milliamp battery. It's also a multi-angle support, multilingual, sorry, I'm an idiot. And it's slightly resistant to grease and water. Anyway, professional diagnostics at your fingertips. Now that we've said all of that important stuff, let's get into the tool. Bear with me. I love having the blown plastic case. Protects everything in here very well. Let's get rid of that. Here we go. We got a reference guide. We've got packaging lists. We'll go through the packaging stuff here in a minute. You've got a charge cord because this is rechargeable. Remember, 5800 milliamp battery. And then here's your dongle. Dongle plugs into your ALDL. All right. And then these are for some other data gathering stuff. It's irrelevant to what we're using. That's for your charge, but I'm probably never going to use that. I think you can also get other accessories onto this, like a scope, which is pretty cool. Okay, we got it figured out. Now, we plug in and immediately it brings up the VIN, and it's going to ask, are you working on a Dodge, Chrysler, Mopar, whatever. Let's go okay on the VIN. VIN information decoded. Model year 14 is going to tell you exactly. You're going to agree with that. It's going to load system data. We're going to go diagnostics first. We're going to also go auto scan. Now I know that there's some codes in here, so it's going to go through here and scan all this. I'm going to pause for right now, come back after it's done. It's almost done, and as you can see, we have all of these faults in here. Okay, so what's really cool about this is if you go right in straight to report, it's going to give you systems DTC counts in whatever systems, and if it's got any faults, it's going to tell you that it faulted and it's not a pass. Okay, so we can report to the cloud if we want to, whatever. Let's just get right back out of this. We're going to come into the individual modules. Okay, so let's say let's find out what this fault is here in the cluster, and we can click on that, and it's going to tell you all of this information here. ECU configuration, active test, ECU. Let's read the code. System voltage below allowable range. Now, I did have a dead battery on this a few days ago. I stuck a charger on it, and there you go. So we can safely assume that's exactly what that's for. Okay, we can sit here and go through a whole bunch of stuff on reading codes and till we're blue in the face, but that's not what we really want to use this for. We want to use this as something a little bit better and more than what just a $200 scan tool can get you. So if we go into our main PCM function, we come up with this screen where it's going to give us our ECU information, read codes, blah, blah, blah. Let's check out some of the cool things, like what does active test do? And of course, it's going to, establish connection. But here's where we get really cool. So we can actually put a fuel injector in a control state. So if we wanted to see what, let's say, fuel pressure drop is during a controlled on-off sequence on an injector, we can do that. But more importantly, what we have here is like this fuel pump relay control state. So let's say we're trying to diagnose a bad fuel pump. We could go through in that, and then we could test for power at the pump without having to have somebody sit there and power on and off the ignition key. We've also got cooling fan operations. We can full field the alternator if we wanted to. We can do the O2 sensor heater duty cycles tests, all of that. And then we've got variable valve timing exhaust phase actuator. But we've also got this proportional purge solenoid. So one of the common things about these DS trucks, and it's more than just the DS trucks when we're talking about the Stellantis lineup, but we have a very big or a high rate of failure in the emissions control stuff. And with this proportional purge solenoid, we can actually go and turn that thing on and off, and then we can watch on live data what the fuel tank pressure is, and if it's going to bleed below a measured amount over a measured amount of time, then we can continue on with diagnosis from there. Duty cycle purge solenoid right there. So this is going to be able to get us a lot of information. We come back out one more, we can go to freeze frame on data that's, codes that are in there. We also have event data, ECU configuration, and then we also have misfire data. Okay, misfire data is if we have a problem with a spark plug or a coil, or not on these, but an ignition wire or any of the secondary ignition systems or fuel systems that's causing a misfire. We can actually see which cylinder is misfiring and help us lead us down the road to diagnosing that problem. Now let's go into the special function. This is pretty cool. So you go into special function, you can do all of the same stuff that the factory things can do. You can enable emissions rolls test mode. You can actually go through a process by the coolant three-way valve replace. It'll go through a process that allows it to open and close during cooling system operation to purge the air out of the system, right? Same with the active air griddle shutter replaced. You go through that and you can watch your active air dam or your shutter, depending on your vehicle configuration, to see if that system is working correctly. Whenever you do something with the cam and crank position sensors system, you replace a camshaft, whatever, you go through a relearn cycle, okay? Pretty awesome. You can also check PCM odometer if you're buying a new vehicle. We don't have a turbo on this truck. We can program the VIN, and we can also do ECU resets. Awesome information in here. So if we go back out one and then come back into system check, you can also do the AGS test, the three-way test, ESIM force monitor test. Now this right here is really cool. This ESIM force monitor test will go through the testing sequence to test the ESIM valve and the purge solenoid in order to lead you down a specific path for diagnostics. You've got the throttle control follower test to make sure that the throttle blade is actually following what you're doing with your foot. And anyway, you got a whole bunch of really cool tests in here. It's a very powerful tool. I love it. I like being able to see the configuration information and the event data, as well as any freeze frame that we have in it as well. Now, what we haven't, and that's just in the PCM. So we've also got the electronic shifter and the transmission control as well. But what we haven't really gotten into on a lot of the stuff that's with this, you get into the body and the chassis as well. We could sit here and talk about this for a very long time, but I don't want to get into that. We're just going through the highlights of what's really cool. Now let's check out hot functions. Hot functions are going to be things that you need to do for, regular maintenance. You change oil. instead of trying to figure out whatever vehicle you're working on, how to do it. Of course, we know how it is on a Mopar, but you can reset it here. You want to get into the functions for the TPMS, so be it. You want to activate the ABS so that you can do a brake bleed, you can do it right here. You can get into the after treatment systems for the DPF and the SCR. Tons and tons of information on here, okay? We've also got the headlamp for aiming. We've got the cylinder balance tests. Tons more stuff. Again, VIN and odometer check to make sure that your vehicle wasn't rebuilt in some warehouse. So there's a ton of stuff in the hot functions. Now let's check out the advanced functions. It may take a while we confirm, so hold on. So when we get in here, we have all of these active tests for, like, let's say ABS, that you'd need to get into when you're trying to diagnose an ABS hydraulic unit, okay? It's pretty intense when we start talking about all of these different valves. That's what each one of these are, is a different valve in that hydraulic unit that all need to be tested when you're trying to diagnose these, especially like with the pump. And then here's where you can get in for your ABS initialization, which I like. Brake pedal calibration, another really nice tool to have. And then your ABS bleed function right there. Then that was just ABS. We have all of this stuff for the ORC, and then special functions for your IPC. You can turn right here any one of these lights on in the cluster, and that will tell you if you got a bad cluster or whatever. System check for the self-test for the cluster, and then some more special functions, blah blah blah, a whole bunch of stuff for the body control module, where you can test to see if you have a bad brake light bulb or whatever. You can turn on a specific bulb with this tool and then check at that socket to see if you have your power and your ground. And if you do, then it's still not working properly, you have to go down another diagnostic tree. So at any point during all of this that, you know, I haven't been able to find something yet. Here's another really cool function right here. We get into the HVAC control, where you can check mode positions and see if your doors are working correctly. Now, I've mentioned this once or twice before, so hold on a second. We can sit here and go over all of the functions of this tool right now, and we could spend 40-45 minutes doing it. That's not where we want to go with this. What we want to show is a brief synopsis of what its capabilities are. And as you guys have just seen, that this thing has a ton of options that we can go through. And it's a pretty advanced tool. It's not something that just a normal guy that wants to see if he's got a code that's recurring. This is something for the advanced mechanic, where they are the technician type of person, where they're actually going to get into and do some diagnostics on this. Now, this thing does have live support, and it does have online help to where you can get into diagnostic trees and everything else like that. So it's a very, very powerful tool. It's not just for your every average day guy, but at the price point of it, you can't complain. I mean, it's a very powerful tool for how much you're going to spend on it. Just like some of the other ones that I have tested and looked at and played with. Again, it's a very powerful tool, especially for the price point. So if we get into some of this stuff, and, you know, I have had a couple people tell me that they want to see an actual demonstration of a diagnostic procedure. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm going to give you the brief overview on the tool itself. So, you know, be on the lookout for that. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.